Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to the Sweetwater Minute. This time out, 2 new unique processing plugins from iZotope. Let's get started. Today we're checking out DDLY and Vinyl, 2 new plugin processors from iZotope. DDLY is a unique plugin processor that focuses on the dynamics of the incoming signal to trigger 2 different delay effects. Vinyl recreates the sound of a vinyl record, adding sound of clicks, pops, scratches, wear, warping, all kinds of different effects that you can add in there to simulate the sound of audio coming off of a vinyl record. Let's check out how they work. I have a multi-track audio session loaded up inside of PreSonus Studio One running here on my MacBook Pro. Now I've got vinyl inserted onto the drum track, and I've got DDLY inserted onto the guitar track. We'll check them out individually. We'll begin with the drum track with vinyl processing. So we'll open up the vinyl plugin. What you're hearing there is the sound of the unprocessed drum track. Now I'll bring in the plugin processing. Now I've exaggerated the effect of the plugin here by turning up all the parameters fairly high, and we'll take a look at what you can do with each of those parameters as we go through the plugin. You can use it much more subtly than that to just enhance the sound, to make it sound as if it's coming off of real vinyl. Vinyl is actually a collection of a number of different effects inside of one user interface. To begin with, we can set the age of the vinyl, anywhere from the year 2000 back to the year 1930. So let's step through those different options and hear the effect that it has on our audio. We'll begin with 2000. 1980, 1970, 60, 50, and finally 1930. In addition to the age of the vinyl, we can also set up a variety of imperfections that come in as we're playing back our vinyl. So let's go back here, say to the year 1970. Here's our playback compared to bypass. Now we can bring in mechanical noise, the sound of the actual record player. And you can exaggerate that. We can set the wear on the vinyl. Again, bypassing. Turning that down. We can add electrical noise. And we can add effect of dust on the vinyl. So we'll turn that up and then increase the amount of dust. We can also add scratches to our vinyl. So if we turn this up a bit, we can change the number of scratches from 0 to 1. And how fast those scratches recur depends on the speed or the RPM of our turntable. So we're at 33 RPM right now. We can go to 45 RPM or 78 RPM. Let's go back to 33 and we'll increase the number of scratches from 1 to 2, 6. Bring our dust back in. Add a little hum. Wear the record a bit. And even add in some mechanical noise. Now when we bypass, you can hear we're dramatically affecting our audio. Bring those back out. We can also warp our record. And we have 4 different algorithms for warping that. Here you can see we have sort of a sine wave, a reverse sine wave, and 2 other shapes as well. When we bypass, you can hear that what warp is doing is simulating the effects of the record going up and down, changing the pitch of our audio slightly. And finally, we can spin down our vinyl. Vinyl really is a great effect for simulating what happens when you play off of a vinyl record, especially one that's been abused with scratching, dust, wear, mechanical noise from the turntable, warping, all kinds of things you can do to shape your sound and really make it sound authentic. Now let's check out D-Delay on a funk guitar part. Here's our clean, dry sound. The effect of D-Delay depends on the part being dynamic. You can hear in that we've got those strong punches that really pop out. Let me show you how the plugin works. If we open this up, we'll turn the power on for it. Basically, we have two complete delays here. We have one delay here on top and another delay here on the bottom, and this line determines the dynamic at which we switch between those. So soft sounds coming in below the line will be routed down to this delay. Louder sounds above the line will be routed to the delay on top, and they can have completely independent settings. So for right now, I have the bottom delay actually bypassed. I've got the top delay active. It's synchronized to a quarter note effect. So let's listen to what that does when we play back our guitar. You can hear that the delay is just capturing the peaks of our sound as it passes through the effect. When it's below the line, we're not getting any effect at all because I have that bottom delay bypassed. To show you what's actually happening with the audio that's feeding into those two delay sections, you can solo them independently. So I'm going to solo the top delay. The only thing you're going to hear is the audio that feeds into that top delay, and it'll give you an idea of where the effect is actually taking place. So we'll solo that, play back. Now we can adjust our threshold so that only the audio that we want is passing into each delay section. So let's start this again. Using the graphic display with the waveform indication, it's very easy to set up what audio is feeding each of the two delays. We can set up a completely different delay on the lower half of our audio spectrum here. So let's unsolo this. We'll solo the bottom delay. Let's bring our line down. So we're just getting lower level signals. We'll turn this on. It's a very different effect because we're only affecting those lower level signals in this case. Now I'm going to unsolo that bottom delay so we're hearing both at the same time, and you'll hear the effect of both of them simultaneously. This allows you to create very interesting textures where you have the two dynamics triggering delays separately. It's great on a very expressive solo, or great for an expressive vocal part, or if you have a dynamic rhythm part like this, you can really tailor the effect very specifically to each of those dynamic levels. But you can get much more creative with the delay effects than what we've heard so far. Basically what I have right now is just a quarter note delay on top and an eighth note delay on the bottom. But we can actually add distortion to the delays. Let's turn this up, we'll solo the top again. We can also filter our audio. So we have a lot of possibilities there for creating distinctive echo effects that you can apply dynamically to your tracks. As I mentioned, each of the delays are completely independent. So we have separate time, feedback, distortion level, dry, and wet level controls for each of the two delays. We also have a separate filter control for each delay. Here's our bottom, here's our top. We can use stereo widening if we're doing stereo delay effects, so you can switch one side out of phase to give you an even broader stereo effect. But one of the most creative effects you can apply is granular delays. When we switch to the G setting here, let's go back and open our filter up. We get what are called granular delays. Now you notice our controls change up here to time, feedback, pitch, size, and mix. So let's listen to this. Again, we can filter this. There are lots of very creative effects available inside of D-Delay. And of course, keep in mind we have two independent delay sections running here that switches between those using dynamics. Our loud dynamics here are feeding through the granular delay, while our softer dynamics are going through an eighth note delay. Let's listen to both of them. So whether you're looking for synthetic type effects, natural delay effects, whether you want to add additional expressiveness to a vocal or a solo or a rhythm part, you want to bring things in that are lined up rhythmically with what's happening with the audio, or have free running delays, you have a lot of capability within D-Delay for shaping the delays exactly the way you want them for your tracks. Now the great news is, right now vinyl is completely free of charge. It's a reissue of the original plugin, the very first plugin that iZotope came out with, and they're putting it out free of charge as a reissue, as a download, in celebration of their 15th anniversary. Until March 10th, 2016, D-Delay is also free of charge. After that point, it'll be just $49. Still a very affordable price considering the amount of creative power you get with this plugin. I hope you've enjoyed this look at D-Delay and vinyl, two really fun plugins from iZotope. And thanks for joining me for the Sweetwater Minute. I'm Mitch Gallagher.